I got my HP Zbook X2 and I am excited. We're rolling with an i7-8550U Intel processor, 32 gigs of RAM, 512Z turbo drive, TLC SSD storage, a dream color display, and a fingerprint reader. It was a more compact device than I expected, but even with that, it was heavier than it looks. But it's not too heavy where it's going to compromise portability. So they put the flaps to open the kickstand here on both sides of the tablet. I think they could have put it right where the angle is at the bottom. There's a small degree of initial looseness before the stiffness of the kickstand kicks in. Everywhere after that, it's very rigid. The rubber nubs on the kickstand, you won't have to worry about it slipping around on you. The initial activation force is pretty on par with the Mobile Studio Pro 16 during my use with it. On paper, the Mobile Studio Pro has a lower initial activation force to my knowledge, but I don't notice the difference at all. Pressure sensitivity is fantastic. Drawing on the matte screen is great. HP included a pen holder that comes with a nib remover. I found it pretty challenging to get the nib out with that. I'd probably recommend just using the circular nib remover that comes in the plastic baggie with all the nibs. The nibs are really thin, but with a simple push, they get right back into the pen. The holder has slots for extra nibs, in case you wanted to carry a few extra with you. The model I got came with about 10 extra nibs, I think about 6 felt and 4 standard, plus the one that was already in the pen. Because I'm sure they wanted to make it tight fitting, they were really hard to get in there. Also decided to include a pen holder that goes in a smart card holder, but it's a little wriggly trying to get it in. It's not that easy, but once it's in there, it's very solid. Shaking it around, it's not going anywhere. I happen to have an old USB pen holder. I believe it was from Lenovo. It actually fit in there. But I'm not going to be using it because I just don't want to mess up my USB port. Besides, I think I found something just a little bit better. Check out this pen holder for the Apple Pencil. It's designed for the iPad, but I think if I cut it up, I can get it to work with my Zbook. So I went ahead and cut it in half, used half of it for my Zbook pen, and the other half for my iPad pencil. Had enough for both. And look at that. The magnet's strong enough to hold it, no matter which way I shake it. Maybe you were wondering how bright the screen was. Well, here I am in my car with the sun shining directly on it. I have the brightness set at 75, and with the matte screen, it greatly reduces any glare I'd get. HP provides a feature called Power On Authentication. From my experience, it doesn't actually turn the computer on. You still have to turn it on. Then you have to authenticate before it starts Windows. And then it does the boot process. I have a serious problem with the fact that it actually shows your fingerprint on the screen. So I disabled that, and now I use it just to log in from the login screen. Alternatively, you can probably have Windows handle your fingerprint security as well. There's also an HP Dream Color control panel if you feel the need to change any of the settings. There's a cloth-like vinyl under the keyboard, and there's small rubber feet to prevent it from scraping on surfaces. The Zbook's Thunderbolt 3 paired with an Aorus GTX 1070 gives me a simple and quick docking solution with the added benefit of enhanced graphics. It appears as though when it's plugged in, it actually runs both graphics cards at the same time. Here's some different connection methods that I was able to run simultaneously. It's a little extreme, but it's good to know what its capabilities are. The detachable Bluetooth keyboard and the express keys come in so handy when I'm doing artwork. Here's a little comparison shot of just how big the express keys are. Though the size is perfect, using them in dim lit situations is very difficult. If they can take a key from Wacom, maybe they'll put a chrome trim around it, or maybe even backlight it. That would be nice to see. Opening and closing with one hand is pretty easy, and being able to have it turn on when you open the lid is a setting that you can change in the BIOS. If you come from a Surface Pro 4, here's a few example pictures of what you'll be getting by upgrading to the Zbook. Or maybe you own a Mobile Studio Pro. Here's some comparison shots of the ones that I have. Here's the Mobile Studio Pro on the left, and it has a flip steady case. That case itself can run you up to $250. It gets all the same angles, but I prefer to have the stand built into the device itself. Here's a comparison with the iPad Pro 12.9. And here, Mobile Studio Pro on the left, HP Zbook in the middle, and iPad Pro on the right. I could keep going on about the benefits of being able to do a little video editing, playing some video games, doing some drawings on the go, but I think you can make that choice for yourself. If there's anything I'd like to see them do with this, it would probably be to improve the battery life. With the battery life falling around 5 to 6 hours, maybe they could come up with a hot swap battery solution that lets me carry an extra battery with me and swap it out, but keep the device light. I'm using a ChargeTech portable outlet to take with me to extend my battery life. But that still means that I have to carry the laptop charger and the portable battery just to get it to work. So I'm still looking for that portable battery solution that will charge it through USB-C. I haven't been able to find one yet. The Mobile Studio Pro charges through a USB-C, so I decided to try to use that to see if it'll work on the Zbook. And it did, which means there's a solution out there, preferably in a portable battery form factor. I think I finally found a computer that fits my needs. I will be keeping the iPad because it's a great media device, the speakers are better, and I like to draw on it occasionally. But I think going forward, the Zbook's going to be my main machine, most definitely. Because of the express keys and the level of pressure sensitivity and the enormous amount of things I can do on the Zbook. Well, if you enjoyed my video, please hit the like button. If you have more questions about the device, I might suggest checking out the good folks at tabletpcreview.com. They've helped me answer a lot of questions, and they may be able to answer yours. Thank you for watching.